I met a gypsy.
That's probably what sets off that negative kind of thing in your mind, you know. And it's like you're trying to do a positive thing for the people that are around you, but then you're kind of doing a negative thing for yourself, and then that's gives you like a place that you have to kind of climb out of. And I could just see that things then can start compounding, like the good things, like positivity compounds, but also like negativity compounds. And I was like watching those videos and I'm like, I know that he's doing this out of like being a really good dude and trying to like really protect the people that are putting the effort in and around him. But I'm like, that's probably not the move for you personally. So I don't know if that resonates at all.
Dude, I mean, you nailed it. I mean, you probably watched the A1 vlog of 2 weeks ago, and I think I put so much pressure on myself that race to start off with the new team. I wanted to start off so good with that team. I started with the new gear company. I want to start off so well. And then when it all changed on my practice crash, it's like everything went negative. And from then on out, like my brain was just shut down. Like I was just like, screw this, you know, like why is Fox even hire me? Why am I a factory rider? You know, I'm like, I was torturing myself mentally. And you could even see it without even me saying anything. And I went down that hole of negativity, and you saw in my riding like how bad I was. Like I wouldn't let myself go. And at the end of the race, you know, like Nate came up to me and he's like, well, you know, you made it through. I'm like, Nate, like I'm 31, and you know, you don't have to try to play nice or be positive. Like you deserve better. You know, you didn't hire me to get 13th place. You hired me to battle up front with these guys and try to get on the box or top 5. And I didn't do that. And I'm sorry. And I'm embarrassed, you know, and I said that to his face. Like, I'm embarrassed for myself. I'm sorry that factory bike was that far back. And then, you know, I went outside and there's the Fox guys and, you know, high up at Fox, you know, Hoover, and, you know, they give me a hug and, you know, like you're going to be good next weekend. And I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry, but I didn't even deserve that custom gear you guys made me. Like that was, I just beat myself down more, you know, like you guys just went all out making me this custom sick gear that no one else has. And I rode like shit, you know, like if I ride like that again, I want you to put me in the cheapest gear you guys make, you know, like I don't deserve that. And they all started laughing, but it's true. I'm like, they giving me the world, and I couldn't deliver that night. And luckily, obviously, it's a lot of racing ahead still, but I want to do so well, not only for myself, but for my family, my team, my sponsors. And when it doesn't go well, the stuff happens like you said. You know, it compounds to so much negativity and beating myself up mentally and just sitting upstairs in my bunk and just being like, what am I doing here? Do I deserve this? Why am I riding like shit? You know, overthinking my riding. And I mean, every rider does it, and they're not going to sit here on camera and probably say it, but I'm a realist. You know, I'm going to say it how it was. And I held myself back that night. And when I should have just relaxed, believed in all the off-season work I did with everybody. And I just didn't execute.
Yeah. And like I said, man, I mean, that's coming from that's a very humble place that you're coming from, you know, and you're like obviously an extremely genuine person that cares a lot for the people around you. Because if you didn't care the way that you do, like you couldn't genuinely have that reaction, you know. So it's like the first place that it's coming from is like such a good, genuine place. But I just think in my personal life, I always think about where's the point of diminishing returns. So like for in every single thing that I do, your life exists on this spectrum of like too little and too much with everything that you do, with work, with exercise, with eating junk food, with sleeping. Like sleep's the best thing in the world. Everyone needs to sleep, but you can sleep for 8 hours a night. That's like kind of where the curve hits the peak. You start sleeping 14 hours a night, well, all of a sudden you're just wasting most of your life to sleep. So it's like, here's this great thing that you need to do, and if you get it right, it will improve your life dramatically. But you go too little and it reduces the quality of your life dramatically, and you go too far and it reduces the quality of your life dramatically. So it's like, I always think in my head nowadays of like, all right, fuck how I feel about this thing. What's the point of diminishing returns that I'm hitting? And it's like, I just think that, you know, maybe you are coming from this good place, but then it can, like, you can lose control of it, and then it just ends up in that point of diminishing returns territory, you know? And I think as well, like, you're like the leader of your crew, you know, like you're the leader of your family. And then when it comes to the track, like, yeah, Nate's the team boss, but you're like, he's looking to you to be the leader. And then it's the same with, you know, like the Fox guys. And I think that, yeah, it's just like that. I think that, like, more just leading with positivity is it'll probably not let that negative train kind of fucking leave the station and just let you know, a bit like you're just a passenger on that train. And but like, dude, so much easier said than done.
Yeah. I mean, like, now I can sit here and laugh about A1 or like and learn from it, but it was at that moment it was so hard to like snap out of that, you know. And going back to like of too much or too less. I've done both ways, you know, like early on in my career, I didn't do enough, you know, like I hated training. I didn't want to do the motos. I just want to go have fun. Then later on at the Geico days, I did too much. Like, I did too much cycling. I focused all my attention like off the dirt bike. And I think that hurt me when I would go ride. Like, I wasn't focusing on my technique or stuff like that. I was focusing on my 2-hour bike ride I went on in the morning, you know, so I went too far. So now I found the in-between of what works for me. And like, my thing is, I'm like, just show up every day, like be there every day. I'm always the first one there unless there's some sort of emergency. Like, I'm there before any mechanic shows up to the track. And I don't know why. I think I'm just wired like that. And some of my teammates will be like, why are you here so early? And I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I just want to be here and I want to be ready. And like, I try to just do everything the right way. And so when it does go sideways, like it did at A1 or any of these other, you know, bad races I've had, it eats me up even more. Cause then I'm like, well, where did I go wrong? You know, I practiced my starts. My starts sucked on Saturday. I did the motos, you know, so I'm just like what happened? You know, where did it go sideways?
Yeah.
So, So
but it's
that
funny
kind
you
of
say that. Like, you're like saying that, you know, you're the first one on the track. Like, yeah, that's that leadership shit I'm talking about. You know, like, it's pretty evident in your life that you're like a leader in, you know, what you've got going on. You know.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't do that like on purpose. It's just like, I get up, I do my warm up, I go straight to the track, and I'm getting geared up while, like, my mechanics I don't want them to sit there and wait for me. You know, like, I want to be ready when they're ready for me. And it's just little things like that. Or when I have to be at Alden's in the morning, I want to be 10 minutes early just in case. You know, it's just, and that's just the way I'm wired. I don't know what it is or why I'm like that, but I do overthink a lot of stuff too, but I think that does help me too in some aspects in life.
We're excited to announce the launch of our new membership site, GYPSYTales.com, packed with exclusive content and perks that you won't find anywhere else. This is your chance to become a part of the Gypsy Gang. And as a special bonus, if you sign up to an annual membership, you'll be entered into the draw to win our custom-built TC125. Gypsy Gang.